BDST probe circuit built and tested. Good morning, YouTube, here on a Tuesday morning, 11:36 now in the morning. I'm here on the bench, obviously, at the bench. What this is the probe that I really I have done this twice now. First time I didn't care for it. I'm going to show you the way it ended up. I'll blast a picture of it on how it looks. I've got the probe attached to the board itself and everything else, and I don't have the BNC on this end. I just have it coming out in a cable, and as you can see here, it goes over here to the scope probe, and on this end where the red is, it goes back to the signal generator, and I currently have a signal of 455.248 being fed into it. That's kilohertz, and it is modulated 30%, and we're going to take a look at it and see what it looks like on the scope. Alright, there you can see what it looks like. That's like I said, that's the demodulated, I guess, version of it. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. I'm assuming that will be a come out as a fairly well sine wave if it was checked for that. And I may do that with the heat kit just a second and see what it looks like. There's our frequency. You can see 455, 2465, somewhere around there. But that's about as close as you can get on well, this type of generator. But it's close enough. Again, that is the modulated, and we're going to take a look now at the unmodulated carrier wave, and you can see there's what that looks like. It's just a like I say, it's just, make it a little bigger if you want. Oops. But that's just a carrier wave, all it is. So like I said, that's what she looks like, and let's take a listen to it now on the heat kit T4 and see what it sounds like. Alright, I do have the heat kit now hooked up. It's going through the AF of the probe, and I don't have it up, or I do have it up, but it's still on carrier wave, so we need to switch it over to modulated and see what it sounds like. There you go. That's what it sounds like. Definitely demodulates as it should, and you can see in the background there, I think it's still hooked up to the scope as well. So that's basically the signal that you're hearing coming out of the speaker there. So just curious what happens if I switch to RF. That still works. Interesting. Very interesting. So that does work. Like I said, the probe itself, and I'm still not really happy with the. Let me turn that off. Still not really happy with the BNC connector here. I told Bob I was going to put a audio type jack on there and just use an audio cable to run over to the BDST, and he wasn't, I don't think, happy about that. But you know, this is a prototype, and that's what we're doing here, is trying to figure out what works best. If this is all, you know, he said this is only audio going through here, so why not just use an audio cable? It would be much more flexible and easier to work with, I think. Now this particular one here is RF, but it was just one I had laying around. So like I said, I think that's the way to handle it. He wasn't thrilled again about not using this, but at the same time, I don't think it needs a BNC on both ends. I haven't thought that from the beginning. I think it needs a cable coming out here, and if you want to terminate it in a BNC, that's fine. But I don't think it needs to have one on both ends. I just don't think it does. And so I do have some cables coming. I don't know if you guys recall Jack's video where he did some testing with the BDST. He had some really thin cables, BNC cables, and I've got one of those ordered. And we'll see how that works out. So, all right, that's about all I'm doing. I did want to clarify the BDST. The Voger Time does receive AM, and I didn't do it on video, but I did it in my living room the other night after I built the kit. And it picked up, I don't know how many, several distant AM stations while I was sitting there. I think it was just the clutter in here of signals, RF signals type, you know, from the, you had the pad or tablet running, had the all the little chargers, the clocks running up there. I'm sure that does something. The LED lights generate stuff, and like I said, it's just a, I think it was a, you know, combination of all that just basically smothered out the actual signal. But it does pick up on AM, so it's not a fact that it doesn't. I want to clarify that, make sure you all understood it. It does receive AM, so I still think it's a good kit. So, all right, I think that's going to do it. Like I said, I just want to make a quick little video on this probe and show you that how it looks. Now I'm going to try to I've got to finish up my BDST and make some modifications to it that we've discussed, and have been sent to the beta testers, and we'll see how that comes out. So we're just again doing the experiments and trying to get this ironed out best we can. And so, like I said, I want to get mine done and get it together so I can start using it instead of the Heath kit for my signal tracer demonstrations, and I'll hopefully get an end on this. And I still don't know exactly what kind of end I'm going to use. I had thought about a phono plug, RCA type. You guys are familiar with that, I'm sure, which I have seen used in other test equipment. I thought about just a phone plug, which would be the 1/8 inch type, I guess, that plugs into the back of your, or the bottom of your phone or your MP3 player or whatever. One of those. Those are hard to find in mono, though, so I don't know that I'm even going to worry about that. So, like I said, I think we'll figure out something about it. And for now, I may just do the BNC and be done with it. I have some female or male or whatever the ends for the coax, and I may just use that for now and go from there. So, alright, I think that's going to do it. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.